I'm Edie Lush, and I'm here at the Hub Pavilion in Copenhagen. Really pleased to be joined by another Californian. I'm from the East Bay. We're joined here by Healy Hamilton. She's from the California Academy of Sciences over in Golden Gate Park. Tell me, first of all, why you're here.
I'm here, very honored to be here, to represent the concept of biological diversity. In the climate negotiations, we hear a lot about climate impacts to public health, to agriculture, to human infrastructure. We hear a lot less about climate impacts to the natural world, and that's a topic that I'm here hoping to highlight.
Tell me a little bit about some specifics, what we're already seeing and what maybe you expect to see in terms of the climate's impact on these biodiversity, these systems.
Well, biodiversity is a term that people aren't that familiar with, but it actually is everything important to you in your everyday life. Every bite of food you eat, many of the medicines, clothes that you're wearing, cotton, linen, wool, it's all around us and we don't appreciate it enough. We are already seeing climate impacts to biological diversity. Everywhere we look, the timing is changing. Things like flowering and pollination, so the timing is changing. We're watching species move from their habitats, and that screws up our conservation strategies because we conserve them in parks and protected areas that have static boundaries. So we're seeing a lot of impacts to biological diversity that's going to affect negatively how the kinds of services that we obtain from biodiversity.
In terms of some of the most frightening things that you've seen, you mentioned some of these species moving. What's something that's happened, for example, that we can't get back?
Well, we've had over 100 years of really negative human impacts to biodiversity already. So species extinctions from degrading or deforesting their habitats, from over-harvesting them, from pollution, these are the kinds of things that have already been going on that have brought many species to the brink. Climate change is going to push them right over the edge. And something that can never come back is an extinct species. Extinction truly is forever.
Okay, give me now a little message of hope. What could you see? What can you see coming out of, for example, COP15, coming out of the actions at Copenhagen that might give some of these species a chance?
I think that what we're seeing right now is a huge awakening of the importance of biological diversity, and this opportunity represented by COP15. Because we are in crisis is where our challenges arise. We are seeing completely uncommon alliances, hunters and fishermen and conservationists and wildlife photographers all working together facing the common enemy of climate change. We're looking at some of the most exciting and innovative conservation strategies of our time that never would have come together if it wasn't for this facing the common enemy of climate change. So I'm really quite hopeful that we will change the way we do conservation, change the way we treat biological diversity, and recognize that it's part of the solution.
Healy, thanks very much for coming into the Hub Pavilion here in Copenhagen.
Thank you so much for having me, Edie.
And I'm Edie Lush.